How you doing, everybody? This is Jim Buck with Black Series Campers of Southern California out of the City of Industry. And today I'm going to be talking about the Jockey Wheel, the frontmost piece of equipment that's on the front of every Black Series camper. So let's get into this. Let's get going. So one of the first pieces, one of the important pieces, because if you don't have this little piece, you're not going to be able to make this function, is the handle. So it's got a nice little ergonomic grip to it. It's got a little bit of an angle to it, so that way you're not hitting any of the side pieces here. But you also notice there's actually a very, very strong magnet in here. And that plays a very important role, because what the magnet actually does is it helps to hold the handle on there once it's on, okay? Now it obviously does pull off, but it helps keep it in place while you're actually making it function, lowering and raising and all that fun stuff. So what we want to do is we want to make sure that we are raising in a fashionable manner so that way we're not over raising it. Now there is times where we do need to move our unit, and when we're on soft, or not soft, when we're on hard surfaces such as what we are right here, we're on concrete, you want to make sure you're not going past the line of demarcation. The line of demarcation is a very important line, because if you extend this pipe too high, now that's going to allow this to flex and bend. So if you actually look at this picture here, this unit is just setting still. Now I'm sure it has been moved at some point in time, but you can see how the leg is extended way out farther than it should be. This is going to be known as operator owner error. And if you try to file a claim with the manufacturer for the product, they will deny your claim because of operator error. So just be very alert for that. Now, when you get into soft sand, dirt, mud, surfaces like that, the wheels are going to settle right down into those surfaces and they shouldn't roll. But in hard surfaces like this, now right now I do have it loose. I have our stability legs in place. So what I'm going to do is I'll actually push it this way so you can see a little bit. As I lower this, you can see this is moving backwards because of the smooth surface. Now you can do one of a couple things. And so one of the things, I'm going to go ahead and loosen this back up again. One of the things that you can do is you can chock the wheels. Now you can do it with a couple things. I have a 4x4 right here. You can set that in place. Now that's a little big. You can use a 2x4. You can use a wheel chock, but you can use several different things to help try to keep it from rolling. Now, another trick that I like to do is we want to make sure that the pole goes straight down and keep it from rolling. If you are on a surface like this, you're not going to roll it, you're not going to move it. So what you do, again, is you let up the slack. And what I can do sometimes is, let's see if we can make it first. We'll raise this up. And so this way, so it's stable, you can put a block under there. And now when you lower it down, the wheels aren't going to roll. And so that block is going to allow you to raise it up without the wheels rolling out. So if you can see, I have it, nothing rolled out. You're on a solid surface. The pole is going straight down to the ground. So now you have a very stable area. You have a very stable setting. Now, you are still going to be utilizing your stabilizer legs. You don't want to just use just this, you want to use the stabilizer legs, but this on a smooth surface like asphalt and concrete will give you a much more stable platform to set on. Now, one of the things I mentioned was the line of demarcation. So what I'm going you to do is to see this here. Now, I don't know if the camera is going to be able to pick it up, but it does say max moving height. And you see this dotted line that goes all the way around. Now again, if you can't see it in the camera and your screen there, it is there, trust me. So if you have one of the units with this one, you can see it. Now, here's the thing. A lot of our newer units, we are utilizing a black covered jockey wheel. Now, unfortunately, you cannot see this line of demarcation. So if you actually look, if you guesstimate, maybe about 4 inches or so, roughly guesstimating, okay? You don't want to have it much more than about 4 inches high. So yes, do you have to lower this down? Absolutely. Lower the unit down till you get to about here, maybe about 1 to 2 inches away, then roll or move your unit. Because see, what happens is now instead of having two poles that are separated pulling on each other, Now you have two poles that have come together, creating a much stronger single source. So that way when you're moving it around, you are less likely to cause any kind of flex or bend, which is going to void your warranty and cause damage to your unit. So one last thing I'd like to point out on the Jockey Wheel is the two handles. There are two adjustment handles. One is for pivoting and raising it up off the ground, and this one is for raising this whole assembly off the ground. So let's go over to the unit and we'll take a look. So one of the important features is this locking pin. There's a pin down here, and you can see there's 5 holes along here, so you can actually lock this in any one of the 5 positions. Preferably, I like to lock it in this middle one. Oops. Because then what that does for me, when I do bring up this whole assembly, so now it's locked in place, take this off. So when I pull this handle and I bring this wheel up, now my wheel is off to the side, out of the way. I'm not hitting the body. I don't have to worry about hitting a low point and scraping the wheels. I have it, like I said, out of the way, all right? Before you do anything though, make sure that the 2 pins lock back in place. For instance, like if I pull this, lower this down, make sure again, they both lock in place. Now, let's just say, for example, you got to your campsite, and let's say your trailer's at a low point, right? You got your vehicle's heading upwards, your trailer's heading downwards, and you got only a little bit of space to move. Well, that's where this handle comes into play. So if I lift this handle up, this whole assembly slides up. So now, you can see this is much shorter. So now if I have a point right here, now I can, or even if I want to build up my blocks, because I always bring blocks with me. If I want to build up my blocks to raise it up, to level up my unit a lot more, then I have that option to do that. So I can also pull the pin and lower it back down. But again, make sure your pins are always locked in place before you assume, oh, it's locked in place, because about the time you do that, it's about the time you drop your trailer on the floor, and we want to have safe camping adventures, right? So make sure we do that. So there you go, there you have it. There is the Black Series Extreme Off-Road Series 750 Jockey Wheel. On all of our units, you're gonna find these Extreme Series Jockey Wheels on all of the Black Series units. So again, this is Jim Buck with Black Series Campers saying get out there, reimagine your destination. So we'll see you out there. Take care.
How you doing, everybody? This is Jim Buck with Black Series Campers of Southern California, out of the City of Industry. And we hope that you enjoyed the last video of a series that we just got finished watching. And what we'd like to do is we'd like to ask to make sure that you please like and subscribe to our channel so that way you can see all of the videos that are coming up in our series. So make sure that you get out there, you smash that bell up in that corner up there. And again, this is Jim Buck with Black Series Camper. So we hope you enjoyed that video. Take care, everybody. Have a great day.